Hi, this is Jen from Solarte BJJ, and we're going to add on to the previous video, the Get Low game. This time we're going to deal with the grip. In this lesson, you and your child will learn how to identify the weak point in a grip, and then we'll also go through some methods for cutting through that weak part. I find that the easiest way to learn about the weak part of the grip is for you and your child to grab your own wrists. So what I usually do is I have both hands palm up and the bottom hand grabs the wrist. So in this way, you can see the place where the fingers and the thumb meet is the weak part of the grip. And in particular, it's toward the thumb that's really weak. One of the ways that I like to remember this is I'd rather deal with the one guy than four guys. So eventually, the direction we're going to cut toward is the one guy. Now, the next thing that you're going to try out is if you try to pull your hand out of the grip. You'll notice very quickly when you try to pull, it doesn't work very well because my hand is too big. The next thing that you can try to do is you can try to just pull up directly out of this grip, but you'll see very quickly that this is really just too wide. The last thing that you can try is the thing that's going to work best, which is turning your hand, and you can see how my fingers and my thumbs start to get pried apart. They're getting wedged apart a little bit just by that motion. So turning so that the thinner part of your arm is toward the weak point in the grip. So it doesn't have to be the thumb side, but it's going to be either bone here. So this is the radial bone here, or the ulnar bone on the pinky side. Either way, you can practice turning to see that wedging motion and then cutting right through and out of the grip. It works even if you grip this way. You can see that if I try to just pull out, it's too wide. But if I turn the pinky side, now I can get out of the grip. So that's the first part, just learning to identify the weak point in the grip. So the next part of this is you're going to grab their wrist. So for example, you can grab the wrist any way you want. And each time they grab, or you grab, you can identify, okay, where is it? Where's the weak part of the grip? Right here, toward the thumb. The next thing they have to do is they have to turn whatever edge is sharp toward that and get out. And you can play around like different kinds of grips, like maybe, yeah, he's going to switch hands this time. Okay, which way is it? Oh, it's toward the thumb. Another thing that makes it easy to remember just a basic wrist grab escape is I tell the kids that they've got a laser in their elbow and you shoot the laser toward them. This is just a way of tricking them into keeping their arm close to their body instead of trying to do a big waving motion with their arm. So the way you can do this is he grabs and it goes, pew! I'm going to shoot him with my elbow laser. You can grab with the other hand, pew! And you can get out of the grip that way. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a little more force to the escape. So for example, if he has grabbed two on one, that idea of the weak part of the grip still applies because there are his thumbs. But I can't just pull out of it and still, pulling of course doesn't work. And cutting out this way, I can't quite do it. But I do have a hand free. So the idea here is if you have a hand free, you can literally give yourself a helping hand and get this other arm out. I've seen different ways of doing it. Sometimes people make a fist and you grab your own hand, or you can clasp your own hands together. Either way, you take the free hand and you can get out that way. It works even if he does double thumbs down. It's a really weird looking grip. Yeah, sometimes in the kids class I'll notice that they'll do this kind of grip. Oh. Yeah, I know, it's really odd. But in that case, the thumbs are still both on the bottom. So this way, I'm just going to grab and pull down. Either way it works, and the idea, once again, is say he's a big, strong guy and he grabs me with just one hand and I need a little bit of help, then I can use my other hand to help as well. Now, one more way that you can add even a little bit more oomph than that is it brings us back to the first video actually, where we were doing the get low game. With the get low game, they were learning to bring their structure in tight as if their arm was glued to their ribs, and they were widening their base with a straight back. This allows them to connect the arm to their whole body, and this becomes a full body movement in order to add more force. So let's go back to the single wrist grab here so you can see that a little bit better. I can add this on too. I can even grab my own hand, but say he's really big and strong and I can't quite get this out of his grip. So what I'll do is I have this glued here, and I'll drop and I'll even step away in the direction again that will make this part of the grip weakest. So even if he's holding on very tight and he has a really strong grip, I can use a helping hand here, or I can even just use my whole body to get out. I can combine the things that we went over, dropping and moving away. So these are all ways that you can deal with this wrist grip. And again, learning to identify the weak part of the grip, adding a helping hand if you need it, and then adding your entire body motion in order to escape. All right. So once again, if you have any questions on how these techniques work, please feel free to message me or contact me through the website. And in the next video, we'll add on a little bit more to this set of techniques.